In a shocking twist of events, crypto leaders are now supporting Kamala Harris. But you gotta hear what Brad said about XRP and adoption. We're also going to talk about the UK rejecting the majority of crypto. And Bitcoin is pulling the market down as the job market is cooling off faster than ever. And you know we'll talk XRP price at the end, but you know the deal, your comments come first. Drop me some hot, some spicy, maybe I'll share it in the beginning of the next video. Brian Fern says, we just need cash flow. Daddy Gov is tight on cash on the moment. Exactly, that is actually truthful right there. Because we need money to be cheaper for riskier assets to be able to grab hold. You want to know where to get Ripple private shares, which by the way, they're down 30% here in the near term. Rob Schmitz has linked to Ripple shares, minimum $5,000 investment. Sometimes they've got $2,500, especially at the times. Thank you, Rob Schmidt, and thank you, channel members, for supporting the channel. Oh, Charles, and that's right, I scroll the old Twitterverse. I hang out in the slums of the Twitter sphere. Charles says, it looks like Binance and a few others need to get their houses in order, so the rocket is going to wait on the pad. Next Chang hard fork window, September 1st. Well, let's see if that rocket left the pad or if it blew up like Challenger. No, wait, Challenger actually got off the ground in ADA. Let's take a quick look at it. ADA, no, didn't get off the ground. So Charles and all those fanboys out there thinking we had to refuel the rocket for the Chang hard fork, you all get the fucking retard award. Get to that heat map, Bitcoin sitting at $54,999. Lots of pressure on BTC as we're in heavy fears right now that the economy is just roasted. Did Jerome and the rest of Fed out there across the globe, central banks, did they overcook the turkey? ETH at 23.32, SOL at 129, while XRP is at 53.1. XLM price, it's under 9 cents because it's a big piece of shit. All right, let's talk about some rejections here. And I'm not talking about you going out to the club trying to pick up a 9 when you're obviously a 5. No, I'm talking about crypto rejections. The United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, has revealed that almost 90% of the cryptocurrency firms applying for registration in the past year failed to meet the standards. According to the FCA's 2024 annual report, the majority of these applications were rejected or withdrawn due to inadequate fraud protection and money laundering protocols. Look, if we want crypto to really start, kind of grabbing hold of people and that adoption really growing, they're going to have to kind of work with the governments that are giving them the licensures and giving them the approvals. But how is it going to happen if there's not money laundering protocols in place? The report highlighted that 87% of crypto registrations were either withdrawn, rejected, or refused because of insufficient controls. Of the 35 applications submitted by crypto firms over the past 4 months, only 4 were approved by the FCA. Think about that. Only 4. Oh, and by the way, as always, any article you see in this video, along with all my other ones, will be linked in the description below. So even while I'm on vacation training, I still do my due diligence to show you where you can find the news. Bitcoin nears 57,000. Nope, sorry, girlfriend. It's even lower at the time of writing of this one because markets are anticipating a rate cut following weak job data. Here's the problem. Big declines in temporary layoffs in August. That's a key reason the unemployment rate went back to 4.2%. It looks like July's big unemployment rate spike was mostly a fluke, but it's undeniable the labor market is cooling off and could easily get worse. That is from Heather Long from the Washington Post. Check this out. U.S. non-farm payrolls growth. You could see we are definitely having less and less job action. In fact, less than pre-pandemic levels. That's right, pre-Rona. We're touching it right now, and that's not good. Speaking of touching it, you're welcome to touch yourself or touch the like and subscribe button because it would really help out the channel. Now let's talk about crypto execs supporting Kamala Harris. What the fuck is going on? Ripple co-founder and 87 business execs endorse Harris for president. Oh, this is not good. CNBC reported today that 88 current and former business execs have signed a letter declaring support for Harris. The letter, which was shared with CNBC, shows that Ripple's co-founder Chris Larsen is supporting Harris. Chris Larsen, dude, come on now. Ripple has been thrown under the bus by the SEC, by the Biden administration, by Gary Gensler, who's letting Biden do whatever he wants, and Cam was the VP during that, and Cam is not pro-crypto. Oh, and real quick, for those of you out there that watched videos from those influencers, those shitty influencers that said that Cam is taking crypto donations, no, she's not. The super PAC supporting her is taking it, which is not a direct tie to her. She said herself she will not be receiving any direct crypto donation. So crypto bros, you've been lied to yet again. These business executives believe Harris will strengthen the United States economy. What the fuck are they thinking? How can Harris strengthen the economy? She was with Biden. Does this chart right here look like a strengthening economy? No, it doesn't. That looks really shitty, doesn't it? Well, that's the thing we've been in since Harris and Biden have been in office. And remember, they're pretty much the same thing. Besides Larson, other top business executives who co-signed the letter include Chairman of Snap, Michael Linton, Jeff Lawson and Twilio, Facebook co-founder Dustin Moskovitz, and others. And who else? What about the Uphold co-founder? Oh, are you serious? JP Theriot also publicly endorsed Harris. So yeah, you've got crypto bros supporting the presidential from the Democratic side that's anti-crypto. That's absolutely fucking nuts. So be very careful out there, because not all crypto bros are into that hoe cam. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse praises Japan's commitment to crypto, and I can't talk this fucking morning, but we're going to leave it in because I make mistakes too. Brad is basically saying, hey, look, the Japanese government is actively working on policies that foster innovation while ensuring consumer protection. And I have to agree with Brad on this one. Japan has done a really good job of walking that tight line of allowing development, but at the same time allowing protection for consumers. We're not seeing that here in the United States. In the United States, it's either an all or nothing approach, and we have to thank the divisiveness of our government for that, right? This side of the aisle not working with that side of the aisle. Brad Garlinghouse's remarks suggest a comparative advantage for Japan over other countries such as the U.S. in creating crypto regulations. During a recent visit to Japan, Garlinghouse engaged in discussions with Taira Masaki, a prominent member of the Japanese House of Representatives. This meeting took place at the XRP Community Day event, where both leaders exchanged insights on the adoption of crypto technologies. I gotta be honest with you, if the United States took the approach of Japan, we would be a lot further along, but remember, Japan also said they might be raising rates again, while we're itching to cut rates. Now, looking at XRP price, girlfriend, this is not looking good. In fact, doesn't the XRP chart look a lot like the non-farm payrolls chart? Well, sure it does. But what I have up on the screen right now is 1 hour candlesticks encompassing the last several weeks. The reason I'm bringing this up is because we saw XRP touch that 63.5, and again, you're welcome to touch it down there, and this time I'm talking about the like and subscribe button. But to hit 63.5, and since that has been pushed on down quite heavily, the problem we have is that who is fueling crypto right now? It's retail, right? Until we get some regs in where businesses are really going to want to dip their toes in the water, which ain't going to happen until after the election, and it's only going to happen if you get a full Republican sweep. So we're looking at this going, whoa, we may have overcooked the turkey. Jobs are slowing down. So if the job market is slowing down and we're not hiring as much, that's not good right there. Then what would fuel crypto? Because it's fueled by retail right now. So if retail is getting squeezed with paying high prices for eggs, milk, food, houses, cars, credit cards, interest, and all that shit, and jobs are slowing down, that means retail is getting absolutely choked. Kind of hot. And make sure you use that safe word, but you say it 3 times. Asparagus? Yes. Beetlejuice? Don't use that one. Now, when we look at the price of XRP, there's no sign that this is going to stop anytime soon. We have Jerome Powell, and we have the meeting coming up where he's expected to cut it 25 basis points. If he cuts it 50, you're going to see a pop in the market short term. But the 50 basis point cut would mean that we way overcooked the turkey. So even if you go to hang out with your mom on Thanksgiving and she puts a whole bunch of gravy over that dry bird, sometimes it's just too dry. And that's what's happening with the United States economy right now. That's why I bring up your comments in the beginning, because what was the first one? We just need cash flow. Daddy Gov is tight on cash at the moment. Brian Ferns, you are a smart man, because that's exactly what's happening right now. Retail is getting crushed, and we may have overcooked the turkey because the job market is messed up. Inflation is still there. Oh yeah, have you checked out the price of eggs lately? What about gas? It's still not that cheap. Housing? Nope, sure as shit hasn't gone down. And jobs? Well, they suck ass. So until the retail market and things that affect the retail consumer, people like you and I, and our discretionary spending improves, we're going to see some really rough price action. So you got lots of rejections in the UK, and it reminds us all the days when we went to the clubs and we thought we could pick up those 9s and 10s, but sadly we had to wait till 10 or 11 to pick up the 3s and 4s. Now the problem we got is that the economy is definitely slowing down, and it's not just the United States, it's the global economy. I speak with a bunch of you daily from across the pond, and you're telling me that Europe is facing the same stuff. We may have overdone it with rates too high for too long, but Europe, Canada, and other zones out there have done a better job than the United States when it comes to balancing rates. Jerome Powell was late to the party. Remember when this all started? He did three 75 basis point cuts or raises in a row. Yeah, Jerome, maybe if you would have gotten on the ball a little bit earlier, we wouldn't be behind the 8 ball. You were late to start, and well, now you're late to finish. And let's be honest with you, the only time it's good to be late to finish is when she finishes first. Now, the problem we got, though, is that with monetary conditions being tight, we are effed in a retail-driven market. So Brad's right. We might have to look more to Japan to get adoption to grow, but right now the market is selling off. Risky assets are selling off, and people are looking for safe haven plays. What we really have to keep an eye on right now is what happens with the economy. Yeah, we need to see what happens with job growth in Europe, along with the United States. And remember, the United States is so strong, and I hate this. Trust me, I live in the United States, and I do not like this. But the United States is so strong economically that if we catch a cold and sneeze, guess what? The rest of the world catches that same cold, and prices go down. But I want to hear from you. How do you feel about those crypto execs out there supporting Cam? I think she's a complete sham, and I think she's a piece of shit. So Kamala Harris or anyone in the Democratic regime, y'all fucking suck. And no, you're not pro-crypto. No, you're and in fact, you're just jerking the voters around. Cam promises to fix the economy, but bitch, you were in the office this whole time while the economy has sucked massive balls, so how are you going to magically turn it around? Go fuck yourself yet again, Cam. I'll catch you cool cats later, and as always, choo-choo bitches.